1822. So, last Saturday, I decided to order AEW All Out. Yes, I ordered. They got my $49.99. And to end the show, Chris Jericho versus Adam Hangman Page. And I got what I wanted. And a lot of people I know got what they wanted. Chris Jericho is the first AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Now, of course, everybody is not going to be a fan of Chris Jericho being the first AEW champion. So, once this happened, you had a lot of terrible takes on why Chris Jericho, one of the greatest of all time in professional wrestling business, shouldn't be the world champion. Now, fans said he's old. Everybody criticized W for having guys who order the title. I understand that right there. I'm not going to bet you on that right there. But here's the thing you need to understand about AEW with Chris Jericho being their first world heavyweight champion. He is Chris Jericho. He is more known than everybody currently on the AEW roster. So if I'm a fan who haven't watched wrestling in a couple years, and I see, hey, Chris Jericho's still a wrestler. He is the world champion. Hey, I want to see what's going on. Now, if I was someone who ain't watched wrestling a long time, and I see Adam Hangman Page is the world champion, like, so this is your world champion. The guy don't have no charisma, really. Nothing special about him. What's the appeal about Adam Hangman Page? I've been wondering for the longest. I know a lot of people like him. But why should he have been the world champion over Chris Jericho? You look at Chris Jericho, even at the age of 49, and look at Adam Hangman Page, who still looked more like a star. Chris Jericho at 49 years old, not Adam Hangman Page. People on Twitter had the audacity to say, Chris Jericho ego's too big to put over someone else as the first time AEW World Champion. What? What a extreme hot take that it is right there. Chris Jericho puts over so many talents. I remember on NXT, Chris Jericho as the World Heavyweight Champion put over Heath Slater. Yes, people, I said Heath Slater. For the people who didn't watch early days NXT, when it was ECW first, became NXT, yes, Chris Jericho put over Heath Slater. Someone who never ever been important in the WWE. He is still there today and never been important. He put over Fandango at WrestleMania, and which we all know, Fandango never been important in the WWE. This is the guy we know as one of the most unselfish wrestlers ever to exist in the business. And you got idiots really online talking about Chris Jericho ego's too big. Are you kidding me? Jericho put over so many talent. It got to a point where people start making conversations of, does Jericho put over talents mean anything anymore? Because he do it so much. And it got to that point that he put over so many people, it became a discussion for years online in YouTube. So people, if y'all not a fan of Chris Jericho being the first AEW World Champion, that's a you problem. Because a lot of fans today just don't understand what wrestling is about. You need someone who has appeal. You need someone who has character, who can talk on a microphone. And that's what Chris Jericho brings to AEW as their first world champion. This guy is a legend. Not Adam Hangman Page and not other talents on the AEW roster. They got to catch up down the line to be something. Chris Jericho is already an established star. Chris Jericho is the right guy to be the world heavyweight champion. And thank God AEW did not listen to a bunch of idiots and they went with the right decision. One of the greatest of all time, Chris Jericho, AEW world champion. And I'm excited to see Chris Jericho first the title defense, whatever he has it, on AEW on TNT next month. So for all the people who love Adam Hangman Page, I want to see more from Adam Hangman Page before they put him in the world title picture again. As of right now, a guy like Adam Hangman Page is just a mid-card talent. He is not a main eventer. He's not on the same level of Chris Jericho. He had a good match with Chris Jericho. Jericho made him look a lot better when it comes to being in the ring with Chris Jericho, because he got a lot to do to catch up with Chris Jericho to make this a worthy feud for me to watch in AEW. Chris Jericho could have played policy and squash. No, it wasn't that. It was a competitive match, back and forth, but of course they had to put over Chris Jericho. So people, stop with the stupid takes, because we all know Chris Jericho is not selfish. This guy always been unselfish. He gonna continue to be unselfish. He will do the same thing AEW. As right now, AEW is the baby. When 2020 get around, watch Chris Jericho put over talents like he always did in his career in professional wrestling. So that's all I see in the video right here about Chris Jericho as the world champion of AEW. I'm glad they decided to put the belt on because he is the guy a lot of fans would know. A lot of fans who not, the hardcore audience, the ones who just want to tune in the Raw, tune in the SmackDown. Hey, maybe want to tune in the AEW. Those type of fans will be cool with Chris Jericho being a world champion. All fans don't care the way I do. Other fans care. There's a lot of fans who just want to watch it. They do exist. I know it's hard to believe, but the fans do exist. And not a fan that always got opinions. They do exist, people. So let's not forget that right there. So, like I said in the video right here, don't forget, hit the subscribe button. I'm out. Peace.